Hi, this is Dusty Moore with iCEV, and welcome to my workshop on how to integrate iCEV with your learning management system. In this workshop, we're going to discuss how iCEV integrates with Google Classroom, Canvas, and Schoology. In addition, we'll also touch on how iCEV integrates with other learning management systems that implement the LTI frameworks. Let's go ahead and get started with Google Classroom. The Google Classroom integration is actually our newest integration, and the integration allows you to do several things. First, it allows you and your students to log in with your Google credentials. Next, it also allows you to share assignments from iCEV to Google Classroom, as well as add instructions directly from iCEV. And finally, the integration allows you to transfer grades from iCEV to Google Classroom. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this functionality works. The first thing you will notice with the Google Classroom integration is there is now a Sign In with Google button on the iCEV homepage. This allows you to link your iCEV credentials with your Google credentials, making it easier for you and your students to log in. After logging in, let's take a look at how you would share assignments to Google Classroom through iCEV. For this demonstration, we're going to be utilizing the College and Career Readiness course. As I look at this course, I'm actually going to utilize this Exploring Careers and Finance lesson for the demonstration. But the first thing that you're going to notice is right underneath the video, there's a button down here that says Share Video/PowerPoint with Classroom. If I click this, then it's going to open a pop-up box where I can then choose which Google Classroom I want to put this particular assignment. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and do the CTE Inspired 2. After that, you're going to see in the title where we already fill in that title for you based on the lesson, but you can change this to whatever you want. So for this one, I'm going to say this is the Exploring Careers, Finance, and then we're going to change it to Video Assignment. From there, I can type in my instructions. So for this particular assignment, I want my students to watch the first 3 segments of video. So I'm going to say, watch the first 3 segments of video. After typing in my instructions, I click the share button. And then if successful, you're going to see a green icon that says assignment has been shared to Google Classroom successfully. Let's try to share another asset. As many of you know, we have interviews with career professionals as a part of iCEV. If I wanted to share this one particular video with my students, I'm going to click on the career interview. I'm going to click the Share Video PowerPoint with Classroom. Again, I'm going to choose which classroom I want it to go to, and then I'm going to edit the title. So we're just going to put in the name of the interview, and we're going to say, watch this interview and prepare for discussion questions. From there, I'm going to go ahead and click share, and it's going to post that assignment to Google Classroom. Next, let's take a look at the interactive materials. If I click on the interactive button, you're going to see next to all of the interactive pieces where there is the Share with Google Classroom button. As a quick refresher, what the interactive items are, these are items that are automatically graded for you and provide the data on how the students do. So if I click this Share with Classroom button, again, it's going to give me the icon to where I go choose my classroom. I'm going to leave this titled that assessment, and then I'm going to say, please complete the following assessment for a grade. I click the share button, and then I'm going to get the notification that it has been shared successfully. If you've already shared an assignment to Google Classroom, so for instance, if I wanted to share this again, and let's choose CTE Inspired 2, it's going to tell me that we've already placed that assignment in this class. So that's when you're going to receive the alert to say, we can't share this because it's already there. Now that we've shared 3 different assignments, let's take a look at it from the teacher standpoint in Google Classroom and then also the student standpoint. So if I come over here to my Google Classroom and let's go into my CTE Inspired 2 course and refresh it, you're going to notice in my stream, I have several different assignments that have been posted. Let's start with the very first lesson we looked at, which was the video lesson. If I click the three dots and I choose edit, it's going to pull up my edit parameters for this particular assignment. I'm going to move this box down to the bottom to make it a little bit easier to see. But here you can see through this where I can edit my instructions. I can choose which students need to receive this assignment. I can also change the point value. So for this one, since it's a video, I'm going to make this ungraded. And then from there, I can do a due date. So if I wanted to put a due date of, say, July 31st, I could choose that. And then I can also place a topic and a grading rubric and all of the other things that you're used to with that Google Classroom integration. From there, I click Save. I'm going to go ahead and update, and that's going to update that assignment. Let's take a look at the career interview. If I go to edit that, I can do the same. I can change the same settings. So for this one, again, since it's a career interview, I'm going to go ahead and choose that ungraded, and choose Save, and then Update, and it's going to update that for me. Next, let's take a look at the assessment. So from here, I'm going to click Edit, and then you'll notice for the points, we have that set on 100. For all of our interactive items, the grading scale should be set at 100 points, as that's how the iCEV grading scale works. So you're always going to want those interactive items to be set at 100 points. Again, I can go through and choose my due date and my other settings. And then if I wanted to, I could click this button right here and it would take me directly to that assignment so I could review and see what that assignment looked like. We're going to wait and log in as a student before we click this to see how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And then we've updated our assignments. Next, let's take a look at how it looks from the student standpoint. Now that we have logged in as a student account, let's take a look at what the student sees for the assignments. I'm going to go ahead and go into my CTE Inspire 2 class, and you're going to notice here are the 3 assignments that I've shared. So as a student, I'm going to click on that assignment, and so the first one is going to be that video assignment, and then I'm going to choose the Sign In button. After choosing the Sign In button, so I am currently not registered to this course on iCEV, so I'm going to go ahead and click Submit for that registration code. And then from there, it's going to pull up the exact video that my teacher wants me to see. So here I've got the Exploring Careers Finance video. If we look at the career interview that we shared, so let me go back to my class stream and choose the career interview. Now I'm going to click the link, and it's going to go ahead and pull up that exact career interview for me to review. Finally, let's look at the assessment. So if I pull up this Exploring Careers assessment and I choose the Sign In with Google, it's going to load that exact interactive activity or assessment that my teacher wanted me to do. So for this one, let's go ahead and go through this assignment so that way you can see how the grading system works in iCEV. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this while I go through and complete this assignment. All right, now that I've got this assignment completed, I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. It's going to ask me if I want to submit this. I say yes. And then afterwards, it's going to provide me my results. So I got 3 out of 15 items correct. Let's look at how that grade transfers over on the teacher side to both Google Classroom as well as the iCEV gradebooks. All right, now that I'm logged back in as the teacher, let's take a look at the grades. So if I click Grades right over here in the top right-hand corner, you can see where this Exploring Careers Finance, my student got 20 out of 100. So the grade passes back from iCEV here into your Google Classroom gradebook. Furthermore, if I log into iCEV as the teacher and I click on this Student Grades Report button, then you're going to see, and actually I'm going to scroll over here to the right, you're going to see where the grade is here under iCEV as well. So this gives you the flexibility to be able to view your grades not only in Google Classroom, but also in iCEV. As I mentioned before, this is our newest integration, and we are still working on a few different pieces of it. You should be seeing some updates this fall semester. The first thing that we're working on is if we click under the printable section where we have all of the different PDF documents that go with this assignment, you're going to notice that there is not the Share with Classroom button. We are adding that Share with Classroom button to all of these different assets for the lesson. Furthermore, if I click on this vocabulary lesson, another area that we're working on is building out more assignment settings in this pop-up box. For instance, the due date, the point value, those different settings that we had to go into Google Classroom to adjust, we are adding those here into this pop-up box as well. So that gives you a little bit of an overview of this Google Classroom integration. I would like to point you to this icevonline.com/integrations website, because everything that we're going to cover today is going to be found here on this website. So again, it is icevonline.com/integrations. Now let's take a look at how our Canvas and Schoology integrations work. Our Canvas and Schoology integrations follow the LTI, Learning Tools Interoperability frameworks. Basically, what these frameworks are, they're a set of standards that if the learning management system and the content provider, like iCEV, both follow those same set of standards, it should allow the content to be directly dropped into the learning management system. With this particular integration, grade passback is also supported, meaning that the grades are going to be found within the Canvas and the Schoology gradebook. Let's take a look first at Canvas and how you would utilize iCEV within Canvas. As we log into Canvas, first of all, you're going to see the courses that I have set up here. For today's demo, we're going to be doing our CNA course. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. The very first step of utilizing iCEV within Canvas is going to be making sure your external tool is set up. We're not going to walk through those steps today, but you will be able to follow those steps over here on this icevonline.com/integrations page. As you set up that external tool, the most important thing you're going to need is going to be the key and secret. You will receive that key and secret by contacting the iCEV offices. In many cases, your district already has the key and secret, and you just need to make sure that that key and secret is set up at the district level for you to access. If you do not have iCEV as an external tool, which we're going to show you here in a second, set up in Canvas, please let us know and we can help you get that set up. All right, now let's really kind of dive into how we would set up an assignment in Canvas using iCEV. You can see here that I set up a new module. For this one, we're going to do the donning and removing the PPE lesson. And so I set up this module for this lesson. Now what I want to do is I want to add an assignment. So I'm going to click the little plus button. I'm going to choose New Assignment, and then I'm going to give that assignment a name. So I'm going to call this the PPE video assignment. And then I'm going to click the Add Item button. What this did is this basically set up this assignment right here for us to come in and edit. When I click on that assignment and then I choose Edit, now is when I get to go through and really fill out the details for this particular assignment. So for this one, since it's a video assignment, I'm going to instruct the students to please watch the following video. From there, I'm going to come down and I'm going to choose my different settings. So since this is a video assignment, I'm really going to say that this is worth 0 points and I'm not going to count this assignment towards the final grade. And then this is where we get into selecting iCEV. Under submission type, you're going to choose the drop down and you're going to choose external tool. At this point, you're going to click the Find button, and this is where you're going to see iCEV set up as the external tool. Again, if iCEV is not popping up here for you, please contact us. We can check to make sure that iCEV is set up as an external tool for your particular course. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that. I'm going to click Select, And I always recommend loading the tool in a new tab. It just makes it bigger as you're trying to select the content that's right for you. From here, you can go through and change different settings. And once you have everything the way you want it, you're going to go ahead and click Save. Now that I've saved it, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and actually choose the content to add for this particular assignment. So I'm going to click this button right here. And then from there, it's going to open up what we call our picker window. So from here, if your district has access to multiple iCEV subject areas, you might see more than one subject area listed here like I do. For this particular assignment, we're going to go into the health science course or health science product area. And then I have two options. I can select a lesson from a course, or I can search or browse through all the lessons that are part of this library. Since I know I'm working from the CNA course, I'm going to go ahead and select the lesson from a course. And once I do that, it's going to pull up all of the different courses that are part of our health science product. Here I see my Certified Nursing Assistant Prep Materials course. And if I click the down button there, it's going to provide me all of the different lessons that are part of that course. So here we see the donning and removing PPE, gown and gloves as a lesson. If I scroll to the very, very far right, and again, this is why I always recommend people open it in a new tab, because if you had it just in that small frame, you would have to scroll over to find this lesson plan. But if I click here on the lesson plan, it's going to pull up the actual lesson plan utilized for this lesson. So again, that's right over here to the far right. If I click on the down arrow, it's going to pull up all of the different assets that are part of this lesson. So if I wanted to link the video/PowerPoint, I'm going to go ahead and select that. And basically what I just did there is I just linked this directly into this assignment. So you don't have to, once you have that lesson linked, you don't have to go back and do it again, and your students aren't going to have to do that. So let's take a look. So if I come back in and I want to go through and I need to publish this to make sure that my students can see it. So I publish both of those, and now I'm going to switch over to student view. And now that I'm logged in as the student, I can click on that PPE video assignment, click the link, and it's going to go ahead and open that content right here for me to view. So it's very simple. You just go through and choose the content that you want, and it loads it in to Canvas for you. If we look back, and I had already, let me exit out of the student view real fast. So if we go back, and I've already set up another assignment that shows the assessment, and let's look at those settings. So here's your washing your hands check for understanding. And this is one of our interactive activities that actually provides you a grade and feedback on how the student has done. But whenever I go in to edit that assignment, you're going to see where we've set the point value to 100 points. Again, since iCEV lessons are all based, or the interactive assessments and activities are based on that 100-point grade scale, you're going to want to keep that at 100 points. And then from there, whenever I click Save, it's going to go ahead and load this as a grade to be passed back through your grade book. So one of the things that you'll notice, and we already did this as a test student before this session, but whenever I completed this washing your hands assessment, you'll see where the 20 points, I received a 20 out of 100. So that grade passes back into Canvas from iCEV. Now, one of the differences here with this is everything that you're doing for the Canvas integration is within Canvas. You never need to log into iCEV. Your students never need to log into iCEV. Everything is done through Canvas.
Yes, hello. This tutorial is going to go over how to add an external tool assignment. Please make sure that your external tool has already been set up. Please click on Add Materials, then click on Add File, Link, External Tool. Click External Tool. Change your tool provider to iCEV. Custom. That's fine. Title can be named anything you'd like for it to be. Because this is going to be a PowerPoint video, I am not going to enable grading. For any other assignments or assessments, you would want to enable grading. Give it your point value. Make sure to always give it a category. I'll go ahead and I'll create a new one right now. Give it a scale, class period. In fact, I'll do this. Student notes. Hit submit. At this point, you'll actually want to click on student notes. Now you're at the resource picker or the select a resource page. Your subject areas may be different from what you see here. Now, the video's PowerPoint is literally the video or the PowerPoint that the students could watch online. If you scroll down towards the bottom of this category, any place that has the name of the course, like Workplace Technology, that's going to be an interactive. So you can see here activity assessment, and up at the top you have printable resources. What you're looking for is activities or assessments. And we'll go ahead and we'll make this Workplace Technology Purpose and Impact Student Notes. And this is what the students will see. And this will allow for grade passback to happen between iCEV and Schoology. Thank you so much for your time.
But if you have a learning management system that might be different than one of the three that we've mentioned here today, please contact us, because again, if that learning management system follows those LTI frameworks, then the connection should work. And so we would love to work with you to test that out and to make sure that everything is working properly. So again, if you have any questions, please contact us at customer support, or actually jump on the live Q&A with us right after this workshop. The link to click on for the live Q&A is going to be found right below.